Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Far Above Rubies today. As we continue our walk through this series on miracles, we're talking today about the miracle of the widow's oil. Your reading challenge for today is going to be 1 Kings chapter 17, verses 8 through 16, and we're going to read verse 14 together. For this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. There will always be flour and olive oil left in your containers until the time when the Lord sends rain and the crops grow again. Now see here, no rain had fallen in the land in a very long time. The prophet asked the widow for a small piece of bread, and she replied that she had enough to make just one last meal for she and her son, and then they were prepared to starve and die because there was nothing else. Elijah asked the widow to trust him and to give sacrificially. And then he gives this word from the Lord that God will keep her bin full enough to feed them until natural provision comes. I love the picture that is painted here in that we are asked so often to give and to trust before we see a miracle. And so often we stand with our arms crossed telling God, no, you provide the miracle. And then I will give. Then I will trust. Then I will sacrifice anything you ask if you will just provide the miracle first. But that's not how God works. Sometimes the Lord provides in abundance, and sometimes He provides just enough. We don't always like when the Lord provides just enough. We don't always recognize it as the hand of God when He provides just enough. But we should be so thankful when God provides at all. We should be so grateful when He steps out of heaven and works in our situation to provide for us. You might be someone who lives paycheck to paycheck and you wonder where your blessings are. But I'm here to tell you today that if there is enough, if there's enough to put food in your child's belly, if there's enough to have a next meal, if there's enough to have clothes on your back and a roof over your head, then thank God for your blessings, because there are millions around the world who are not so blessed. We need to make sure that we are obedient, that we are trusting the Lord, even if He's only providing enough. Don't stand there crossing your arms and asking the Lord to provide the miracle before you obey. Do what He's asked of you. Trust in His word. Trust what He has given to you in that moment, that it is enough, that it will be enough until natural provision comes. I thank God every time He provides enough in my life. I look back over my life and I thank God every time things seemed tight and things were eating just sandwiches instead of meals, and there was only firewood and no oil in the furnace. And I look back on those times and I think, thank God we had sandwiches. And thank God there was fire for the wood stove, and even though there wasn't oil for the furnace. Thank God He provided just enough to get by in those seasons. Where would I be if He hadn't? Thank God even when the miracle is just enough. Trust and obey before a miracle comes your way. God is so faithful. God is so faithful. Go and read 1 Kings chapter 17, verses 8 through 16. If no one has told you lately, you are loved, and you are cherished, and you are valuable. You have beautiful and tremendous worth, my sweet friend, and that worth is far above rubies. Thank you for tuning in today, and I will see you all again tomorrow. God bless you.